And so last but not least, we have Feedly. And like I said in the previous segment, Feedly is the site that I've chosen to replace Google Reader. I like a lot of the functions and features, and so I'm going to skip the connect to Google Reader part. It works exactly like all the others. You just click on that and fill in your Gmail information, and it will pull your feeds directly out. So I'm going to just go to login, and yes. And so here's my account. And so the first page you land on is the today, which is the latest and greatest posts from your feed. You can see I have a lot of news popping up in this view. And then some of the cool things about Feedly is that it allows you to categorize things. So here I have all the blogs that I follow. Alaska Commons being, one of the most frequent updaters. And it'll show you the number of feeds from the total category from blogs, and then it'll show you the number of those posts from Alaska Commons. If I click on any one of these numbers, it will mark all of that as red. So let's say I'm really behind on my news feeds and I just don't really want to sit through 150 BBC science articles. So I can just skim through, find the ones that I like, or I can just say, you know what, it's old news, I don't really care, mark all as red. And so here's my news feed. You can see BBC. I've got a lot of science news feeds on here right now, The Onion, UAF, and then of course my web comics, 160 unread webcomic articles, and then all my uncategorized stuff down here. The really cool thing about Feedly is that it allows you to organize this stuff, and then you have a lot of control over the view here. So right now this is just kind of a classic reader view where it's the title, it's the website, it's one line, and then bam, you go to the next one. But I can also click on magazine view, and now I have categories, what was posted today, what was posted yesterday. There's a thumbnail, there's the title with a short snippet for what the article is about. I can also do a card view, which gives me this big, large Google cards, if you're familiar with Android, kind of, a larger thumbnail with the description and title underneath. And then finally I can go to the full article. So it will post the entire article, each article one after the other. And it'll remember these. So like if I go to my news feed, I have my news feed set up one way. And so this is the magazine look for my news feed. But then when I go to my webcomics, because I read so many webcomics, I just like to see the line and the title. And so, and the other cool thing that you can do with this is that it organizes. So like in this view, this is posted in order of publication. So you can see over here that Penny Arcade updated an hour ago. Girls with Slingshots updated 3 hours ago. It's more or less by most recent post. But if I click on Penny Arcade, the title itself, it takes me to the Penny Arcade feed. So now I can see every post that Penny Arcade did or has done that I have not read. And I can do some different things with these. I can click on these to save it for later, which is this over here. I can scroll over and I can open it in a new tab. I can tweet it. I don't know what buffer is. Or I can mark it as read as read, or I can hide it. I can also click up here to refresh, to change layout, to change the filtering. Click the check mark, marks all as read. So it's just a super clean and handy way of organizing your content. And